Okay, so welcome to METPro, Modern Energy Tapping Professional. And we have another one, Gisela, to join us in a moment. And just want to set the scene for this course. I didn't introduce myself before, so maybe just for Magdalena's sake, I just have a quick intro. I've been with the GOE since the year 2000, when I qualified in my first EFT training back then, modern energy, well, it was meridian energy therapies at the time. And I'm member number 46 in the GOE. So if you know what your membership number is, 100,000 and whatever it is, that's how many people have kind of come through over the years. I'm number 46. So that's how long I've been with the GOE. And so Gisela's found her way here at last. That's great. And so I've been a trainer since 2002, and I've been involved with all the whole evolution of all the courses. So hi there, Gisela. Hi, welcome. And you may want to adjust your focus on your device.
Something is not right today with the computer.
Okay. So it may be just some little adjustment on the focus, or it might be a smudge on the camera. I've had that before. If you kind of touch it and you have a fingerprint on it, it kind of makes it a little bit blurred. So anyway, just a quick intro to me. And so there's been a journey with EFT through the years with the GOE. And the EFT wider community has had its various kind of evolutions and shifts and eras that it's been in. And Sylvia Hartman within the field has been a pioneer and always looking at researching, exploring and pushing the frontiers back. And so in the GOE, we've had, evolutions of our training. And modern energy tapping professional is a modern development arising from our understanding of energy work in this world that we've been operating in over the years. So it's great that in the GOE, evolution is healthy. We're learning and we're incorporating the learning into the trainings. So that's one of the unique things about the Guild of Energies, that not all the other associations offer that. Okay, now Gisela, do you want to just have a quick intro? Lisbon in Portugal. Are you in Lisbon? Yeah, you're muted. You've muted yourself out. So just I'll unmute you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yes, I'm in Lisbon. I'm sorry, but I cannot put my camera better than this.
It's okay. It's okay.
What can I say? I did the foundation. I did EFT master.
Yeah.
Master EFT and the positive too. And before that, I have done the oh God, I forgot the name of that association.
A number of years.
Yes.
A number of years.
The traditional EFT. So,
yeah.
And I work with healing, and I have a lot other kind of therapies that I do.
Yeah.
And then I have the ones that are mine.
And her own special ones, which we experienced, didn't we, in Lisbon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I was thinking if it was you.
Yeah, bravo, you got reunited here.
Yes, yes.
So anyway, welcome, Gisela. And so as we just get started with the METPro. So the essence of the modern energy tapping professional in the journey of EFT that we've made over the years is really a new paradigm of that we don't have to, as we've previously thought, always to dive into the roots, to clean them and before we come out into healing. That actually just to add energy to the energy system in positive forms that we're hungry for is a also equally valid approach that is working. And so this is a completely new way to work with EFT, but with positive energy forms, and it offers a new pathways and directions for healing. So it kind of changes the way the therapy session goes when you work this way. So it is a different course. There's some familiar elements if you've done the EFT master course in terms of the sort of major module concepts, but the direction of healing is different. And so, you know, that's new. And also we have modern energy now pretty established, all the principles and elements of modern energy. And so this course kind of presents them all to us in a nice, clean way that we can take it forward and use it and share it. So we've got 3 days to work together. I'm going to start with the basic principles of modern energy to gather them all together so you understand what the elements are. And as a practitioner, a modern energy tapping professional, when we work with our clients, imparting modern energy principles and education to our client is part of our job. So what we're going to do in Unit 1 is really understand what we want to educate our clients with as well when we're actually having sessions. So let's have a look at the gift of modern energy. Modern, obviously, as I've said, it's up to date. It's the latest evolution, and we'll talk about its origins, Sylvia's kind of thoughts about that shortly. We're working with energy in the energy body, we're tapping, and it's a professional training. And when Sylvia launched this, and I attended her training first time with Sylvia, she said she wanted this course, she wanted a new era of professionals that could take the foundation, take the METPro, and be ready to be effective, powerful, and safe working with clients. And that's all that they needed to do. So whether it was a therapist coming into METPro to go on to help the clients, or whether it's a mum who decided to learn self-help and then she wanted to help other people, or another professional together wanting to change their career, that the pathway of Modern Energy Tapping Foundation and METPro would provide a good professional training and base. So you didn't have to have another therapy to be qualified to work safely and effectively and powerfully with people. So that's what she's setting out for the new era of EFT. So again, that can be a challenge to people about that, thinking about that. But when we see the approach and we experience the approach, you come to understand why that is really possible. So let's have a look. Everybody's got the manuals in front of you, yeah? Apart from Stella's on its way, yeah. So we're going to work through the manual and kind of bring it to life. So let's start with energy, and the modern energy is Sylvia Hartman's work, and it originated from her work, which she called the Harmony Program in 1993. And I don't know if you know, Sylvia was a dog trainer in her earlier life. And so she was researching and working with animal behavior and the relationship of animals and their owners. And what she discovered in her research is when social mammals get low on energy, they seek attention. We know that in our human behavior, but also animal behaviors as well. And that this seeking of attention is some invisible currency, something that we're looking for, that we need, that we're hungry for, in order to satisfy that hunger and to come back into balance and feeling good. And when this energy is not given, then the creature, whether it's a dog or a human, the social mammal, will start to feel stressed or distressed in the absence of what it needs, and then seek in more ways to get that invisible energy that it needs, And if it doesn't, the disturbance to the system gets more and more. So eventually, the shortfall in energy can lead to even attack or a anger or a rage or from the animal or the creature in order to get the energy that's needed. And if that is not met, in the end, the animal will, creature, human, the social mammal, and I include humans in that, but this came from her animal research, will kind of give up and, you know, shut down and go into some kind of depressed state, and then you know, may or may not recover from that. So she actually witnessed that in animal behavior, and so from that she learned that this invisible currency, this energy, is absolutely real, because when we don't get it, there is major consequences for that. So our emotions are affected, our thinking, our behaviors, our ability to learn, our physical performance and using our body, stress and all kinds of health conditions will arise from the lack of this energy where it's needed. So then what she learned, by reversing that, by giving the energy where it's needed in social mammals, that we can reverse those behaviors. So a completely enraged dog, for instance, that is not safe to be around, and it's muzzled and it's shut up in its cage, and, you know, because of the fear of what it will be doing, that's how we treat that. To be then let loose to run around the field and have its freedom, given good food, patted, spoken to nicely, and given love, actually will reverse its behaviors completely. And if it's continued to receive love and attention, it will turn into a completely different personality of a dog. So that was her research in the Harmony program, from which she got this structural system of stress being the absence of energy, and that what we need to do is to bring the energy that's needed, that the system is hungry for, to meet that need, to be able to return it into balance. And so this is the essence of modern energy work. So so if we improving the energy flow, a threshold shift can take place where we get even a better version than before of ourselves. So we can say a truer version of ourselves. And this invisible currency is energy, basically leads us into that version of ourselves and the flow and experience of love. So the theory, modern energy theory in brief, humans, we all, and social mammals have an energy body. It communicates with us by the sixth sense, and the sixth sense shows us these physical sensations in the body that don't have a physical origin, as in a clinically measurable physical origin. So these are what we call our intuition, our emotions, and also our psychosomatic emotions. And all of these movements coming from energy movement or not movement, lack of energy, through the energy body. When we have a lot of energy flowing and it's flowing well, we feel good. When it's blocked or absent, we feel bad and pain and discomfort and stress. So from that, we understand the important principle that there's only energy or the absence of energy. So this is just setting down the foundations. So we all know we have an energy body, and now we know blockages and disruptions in that flow and deficiencies in energy cause our stress. And so the whole of human functioning is affected by that. So when we do our tapping, and by the way, I meant to be showing some of the pictures up for Gisela. So when we do our tapping, we're activating our energy hands, and we're tapping, though we're touching the physical body, we're touching the energy body with our energy hands as well. And we're only working with energy to bring about improved energy flow in the energy system. We activate our energy hands on the heart position. As we tap, we're touching the energy body. This creates a change, and that's all we're doing. Whatever thoughts, feelings, subjects are going on in people's life, that's all we're doing. So the energy chart, again, which is an important part of the basics, is showing us that as we add more energy, thank you, Kim, that's helpful. As we add more energy, we become a better person as we get more and more energy flow. And as we go more into lack because of more blockage, that we become more disturbed and a worse person. And that peak at -7, which, you know, is the emergency mechanism firing up, that rage syndrome, to kind of last desperate attempt to get the energy, or when you're in the trauma or the stress right now and it's happening and you've activated the emergency reserves, it looks like you've got more energy, but you're in a stress state. And we'll talk about that later, or you may already understand that from previous kind of foundation courses. Thanks, Kim. So we become better with more energy, we become worse with less energy. And one of the keys that was foundation to me is to realize that our energy state affects everything about the human functioning, our thinking, our emotions, our physiology, our relationships, our performance as we do act with our body, everything. So everything gets better and everything gets worse according to our energy state. So it really is that, you know, barometer for who we are. And +10 is our real self, who we're meant to be. Then we've got the Sue scale. Kim, if you wouldn't mind, like putting the next page up for Gisela. We've got the Sue scale, which is a kind of a shorthand version of the modern energy chart. Again, an innovation of Sylvia Hartman, where we're measuring from -10 to +10 the range of experience of our emotions and energy flow. And so we use that to measure progress in a session, as we know, and also lets the client communicate their state to us and see the potential of possible states as they go forwards. So, and then we also got the pyramid model underneath, which is another way of representing the same information. Other elements that we're just summarizing, bringing together, energy events. We know that the energy body changes when we have a significant event. Something suddenly happens to change the energy. So in the first instance, we've got like a shock event, which we've got going along at whatever, +5, and something happens, and as a result of that, we drop into a lower state, and we continue in that state until another event lifts us up into a higher state. So the energy body changes by significant events. We're going to look and understand that as we go through. And what we're trying to do in our session, thank you, Kim, with our clients, is to bring about a healing event by modern energy tapping. So when we get some +10, a threshold shift and a lasting change for the client. Again, another element, important element, is the aspects model. Thank you. And that is the fact that our energy body is alive, it's living, it's changing its state all the time. So we'll go up and down according to the time of day and the things that's going on in our lives. And so what's also important to note that is, according to the state we're in, we're a different person, we're a different personality, we're functioning, thinking, behaving differently. So, and that can be 21 different people all through the day, depending on what state we might find ourselves in. It's normal that this happens. So we're going to be understanding about the aspects model, and how we can work with that, and how it can help us to relate to ourselves, understand ourselves better, and heal our relationship with ourselves. So as a professional energist, we are not working with the mind like the psychologists are doing. We're not working directly with the body as the physical therapists and the medics are doing. We are working with the energy body. We're in the third field. So we're not trying to be the others. We are recognizing that there is a third field and we're making a stand there. And that's good in so many ways, because we can be a complement to the other fields, or we can be the first treatment modality, the primary treatment modality for the third field, and others from the other fields don't necessarily know what we know in the third field, so they can't necessarily comment on our methods and approaches. That we have our own methods and approaches for working with the third field. So we're not making any claims, so talking professionally here about treating diseases. We're not making any claims about mental illnesses. We are just working with the energy body. So there are laws of the land to be a professional, to work within, we must be aware of, and we mustn't make false promises. We work with love, and we behave like people on the positive side of the energy chart as we conduct ourselves as professional. When you're working with clients, only take on the clients that you feel you can help. You don't need to work outside of your comfort zone. You can refer clients if you feel that somebody else would be better suited to help them. That's also assisting them. We observe confidentiality, respect confidentiality, of course, and do our best to help our clients. We have a code of practice, which, a practitioner agreement for the GOE that everybody needs to sign and uphold. So in standing up for the third field, we're saying it's important, it exists, it's important, and for humans to have a happy life, it's essential, actually. So, we're making a stand for the third field. Okay, so the tapping team. When we work with our clients, we form a bubble, a relationship, an energy bubble, and we called this before the EF team in the EFT master course. So we call this the energy tapping team. And when we are connected, practitioner client, in this bubble, great energy magic happens. And this is a wonderful thing for not only the client, but for the practitioner. So working with modern energy, the benefits, we become more powerful as our energy goes up, which is more confidence, more love, more intuition, more creativity, more attractive, more kind and loving. Everything about us gets better, but also everything about the client gets better as we work with them to raise their energy. So you'll find energizing the client before and during the session is of essence to have the best client we can to work with, to cooperate as we go forward. So healing with love. Let's look at, we're going to have a look now at the practitioner relationship. So I've gone through that kind of quickly because we've done it in the foundation course. It's a bit of a summary, but it brings it all together, in this unit 1. So we're healing with love, basically. We're bringing energy to the energy system, to the places where we're hungry for energy. And so we're going to look at the energy dynamics of the relationship now. like under the microscope to see how energy flow works, how love works actually. So we're going to, and like the way if you learn to dance, you start doing forward, side, together, back, side, together, and eventually you're just doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then, you know, we're going to look at it slowly, practice those movements so we understand them, and then get faster at them so that they become more natural for us. But we're going to sort of look at it. So love starts with attention. And when we connect with someone, thanks Kim, when we start to place our attention somewhere, we make a connection. And then our energy flows through that connection to the person, and their energy flows through that connection back to us. So as soon as we pay attention somewhere, we create a channel through which energy is flowing both ways. Okay, that's something that we've experienced. So as we give attention, we receive energy and information. The more attention we pay, the more energy we receive in return. The more energy we receive, the better it feels, and the more information we get. And so as we continue to pay attention and we get increasingly more energy, now we enjoy and appreciate what we're paying attention to. And as we continue in that journey, paying more attention and receiving more energy and information in return, the amount of energy flow in us that we experience moves into love. So love is actually perfect attention without any resistance and optimum flow in ourself in relationship with anything or anyone. Thank you, Kim. So giving attention as a practitioner to our clients is the key to loving our clients and having a good energy flow in the relationship clients. So attention is the precursor to love, and our goal is unconditional attention, which is to love our clients. So if we think about that as a practitioner with our clients, what might get in the way of us giving unconditional attention to our clients? What might hinder us?
Judgment.
Our judgments of the client, yeah. Yeah. Anything else? You can unmute, by the way, girls. You've got Prabha, Kim, and Gisela. If you unmute. What else? So judgment. What else?
Fear. Lack of understanding.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else?
Our own setup that we just are in our minds and not really connecting with what they're saying.
Our stuff we've got going on at the time that we may be still connected with, or in feeling. Yeah. So that can. Yeah. Anything else?
Well, well, not necessarily things that we are going through right now, but basically our core beliefs, limiting beliefs, and such.
Sorry, say that again.
Our limiting beliefs.
Beliefs, yeah. Our beliefs, yeah.
Our own energy, where we are on the scale.
Yeah, exactly. If you're low in energy, your ability to give attention, is less than if you're higher on energy, have less energy to pay and less ability to handle. So, what would help us to be able to pay unconditional attention to our clients?
Our energies.
Release Yeah, raising our own energy. Yeah, preparing ourselves for the session and raising our energy for the session. And also raising our energy in the session as with some activities that we'll do with our client will help the practitioner become a better practitioner in giving attention as well through the preparatory exercises. So we're going to have a look at this movement, as I said, and there's 3 steps in movement. It starts with paying attention to somebody, and we want to pay attention without our barriers and prejudices. So we have this step of, as we connect with somebody, I don't know who you are. So, you know, that removes all our, I think I know who you are, all like, you know, I know people like you, I know what's going on with you. You know, I don't know who you are, removes all of that and lets us be fresh and lets the person be new, even if you saw them yesterday. I don't know who you are. So this aspect before us today is fresh and new. The second step is, I want to know you. You know, I want to learn about you. I want to understand you. I want to know you and feel you and understand where you're at and work with you. I want to know you. And the more I know you, the better connected with you I become. And the better that feels. And the more I feel good, the more I know, the more I can help you. So I want to know you. And the third step is, I welcome you. So in other words, I allow myself to receive your energy. And I allow you to give me information. I allow my mind and myself to be changed. I'm welcoming you into myself, into my world. So you can see that's connecting without prejudice, dropping our barriers and prejudices, opening, having a desire to know the client, and then welcoming their energy. So does that make sense? That's connecting, opening, and then welcoming that. So we're going to do this as a first experience, and we're going to do it in a certain way first. So one person is going to volunteer to be the client. Okay, so you think, okay, Gisela, yeah, it can be you. So actually, it might be because we've got a fuzzy picture, that might be a little bit more difficult for us, because we haven't got a good clarity. Maybe we could.
Sorry about that, but
maybe we can look into
better.
that in the breaks or something to kind of see if we can improve that for later. So anybody else want to be the volunteer for this? Not quite knowing what's going to happen next, but shows your courage. Okay, Prabha, thanks. Okay, so Prabha is going to be the client. And so we are all going to be focusing as the practitioner on the client. So there, Prabha, you're just going to be in the heart position and close your eyes. You don't need to do anything else. Now, the rest of us together, Prabha is our client. So we're going to be in the heart position and take it step by step. Focus our attention on Prabha and say, I don't know who you are. And then we're going to tap around, I don't know who you are, with our attention on Prabha. Okay? So we're all ready for this? Focusing attention to Prabha. You don't have to do anything, Prabha, just be there. I don't know who you are.
No.
I'll do that as a setup. I don't know who you are.
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 Okay, so let's tap around on that. I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. I don't know.
I don't know who you are. I don't know.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. Okay. So the heart position. I'd like the practitioners to just, from that mindful round, share what came to you, what thoughts or experience or came to you as you did that. What's the movements taking place inside you as you did that round?
I felt a lowering. It was like a centeredness coming into me, a grounding. I felt like a cool flush come down through my body and like an acceptance and a settling.
Yeah. Anything else?
Actually, I didn't like that much. I felt, probably because I'm very empathic, so I felt like I was like getting away from someone like me, because it's my natural state. It's to get the word in English, to get connected with the one that's in front of me. So I felt like, what? This is not me. This is against what I usually do. So yeah. I didn't like it.
Okay, so this is interesting. And so there's some discomfort feeling in you.
Yeah.
This is something to evolve, to look at, to evolve. Because how can we read someone's energy by our energy if we're not receiving it? So, you know, that's the way, the model to work is to actually receive and welcome the energy and understand it within our energy body. And that if that feels uncomfortable, you know, when it may.
No, I don't think you got what I said.
I misunderstood.
What I said was, because for me, I do it right away, saying that I don't know who you are. It's against my way of my posture, my regular. So it's the opposite. It's not that I connect easily. So doing this, it's like me getting 2 steps back, so that I'll get again 2 steps further.
Okay, actually, thank you for pointing that out, because actually there's something to learn there, because there's also our prejudices, you know, what we think we know in advance. Maybe we know, maybe we don't. So what this is doing is saying whatever we think we know, yesterday we didn't know this person, and now today is fresh and new. So actually it's maybe there's something to explore there for you, Gisela, you know, to just kind of go through the movement of the resistance and find what's beyond it, to learn something. So, you know, that's interesting. So even if we think, oh, people are all loving and they're just stressed and they're, you know, they're this, you know, we have a preconceived idea that we know. For instance, this is saying, let's start with a clean sheet. Don't presume anything. Let's just get to know the person fresh from now. And so, you know, thank you. That sort of brings up, you know, it's an example of how we are a little bit. Okay, the other thing that came up for me was it was starting to get me curious. You know, as I did that, I don't know who you are, paying attention, I was starting to get interested, like, who is this person? You know, I'm going to get to know. You know, it's starting to get me curious already and waken up that pathways in myself. So let's do the second step. So if you can just go back into, you know, that relaxed position.
Can I share what I felt?
Please, yeah.
As well, because that was sort of similar to Gisela's. I mean, at first, when you proposed that, I felt that it was sort of a negative sentence, you know.
So
I mean,
yeah,
the sentence on its own. But when we started, and I need to, you know, I need to say that, well, because it's pretty early, I feel again like, you know, I'm half asleep. But it actually helped me to focus and to be more inside my, well, energy body. So that was actually positive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably sort of, you know, at the beginning, the sentence itself, it was, well, maybe a prejudice or whatever.
Yeah.
But the process itself was quite positive.
Yes, thank you. And it
well,
may be that.
Let me just add something.
Yeah.
It was not. It was not like effing my own thing working. It's like when I'm open to whatever in the other steps may show up, but it was like when I'm working, it's kind of I step back. So whatever comes, I'm open.
Yeah.
So it's not like something that I know you're ready or I don't know. It's like whatever comes, I'm here. So it was that kind of. It's like each session is an open book. So for me, it's like always like that. It's a clean sheet. So
what we're doing,
was like
what you're doing, Gisela, is you do that in a speeded up version. When you meet somebody, you open and you read their energy, it's speeded up. All we're doing is slowing it down to look at parts of that under the microscope.
Okay.
So we're just looking at the first part because not everybody is able to do that. You know, so you know, everybody's in their own journey. So this is just looking at the structure of the relationship in steps.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
So the second step is that I want to know you. So let's do that second step with Prabha again as our client. So with your hands on your heart, again, paying attention. So we've just done, I don't know who you are. I want to know you.
I want to know you.
I want to know you. And as we do our tapping for I want to know you, mindfully, be mindful of the movements and the emotional movements taking place within yourself as a practitioner. I want to know you. I want to know you.
I want to know you.
I want to know you.
I want to know you.
I want to know you. I want to know you. And if you've got your eyes, well, pay attention. Yeah, as a practitioner looking, probably you can have your eyes closed if you want, but we are paying attention. I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to know you. And be mindful, practitioners, of your experience as you're doing this. I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to know you. Okay, so what's happening for the practitioner now? What's changing? What's evolving? What's your experience, observation, practitioners?
For me, felt better.
Yeah.
You feel better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like giving positive attention, and also feeling. Yeah, that I would say that it's a step a step before giving love. It felt like
it's on
that.
the way.
Yes.
Yeah, we're on the way. Yeah. And so actually, as a practitioner, in your human experience doing that, what was your emotional state changed to? I've started to feel happy. Actually, it's upped my happiness. So it's raised my energy. Taking her energy in, I actually was feeling happier, and my curiosity and my desire to want to connect kind of increased. Anybody else want to add anything? Yeah,
Something
good.
like that, yeah. On the towards to feeling more happy.
Yeah, as a practitioner.
Like that.
So that's our energy flow is increasing.
Yes.
So, and I'd like to invite Prabha at this moment to just say something of her experience, just as the client, even we didn't finish yet. What's happening to you as a client in that attention that we're giving?
In the first round, I started feeling my heart center, and in the second round, it became much stronger, and I could feel a very strong beating of my heart and vibrations in the center, and my hands also began to start feeling more energized, and I also started feeling calmer and more present. In the first round, I was thinking about other things, but in the second round, I was more present.
So the effect of our attention on the client helped her feel connected with herself and start to feel more calm and relaxed. So it's affecting her energy system by our attention. Even just giving it, she's changing. Okay, so let's do the last step of I welcome you. Okay, so again, Prabha, you can just be basking in our attention. I welcome you.
I welcome you.
And
I welcome you.
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 I welcome you. I welcome you. And keep paying attention to the client. Our attention may wander or might close our eyes. We lose energy, information. I welcome you. Pay attention to you. I welcome you. And be mindful of yourself. I welcome you.
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 I welcome you. Okay, so again, practitioners, where does it bring you? What does it add, this extra step?
Adds a smile.
Yeah, yeah, happiness. So it's raising, improving our energy, even more happiness. Yeah. Anything else?
Alertness. There's a level of alertness that's like come online.
Yeah, yeah. Anything else?
Very positive energy, very close to love.
Yeah, feeling love for the client. Yeah,
Yep.
so now moving towards feeling love. I'm like so excited. I want to get connected and dive in and, you know, work with the client. I'm feeling love and excitement and happiness, and my own energy is sharper and higher to be able to do that. And what about your connection feeling with the client? You know, I feel really quite connected now. Yes. So, Prabha, what about you?
Feeling very happy and buzzy, full of energy. So thank you all.
So again, so just being in the attention as we're raising our energy and raising the energy that we're giving that attention, that is affecting the client. So this is like a handshake. It's like an energy handshake, but we're in a slow motion where we've connected, we drop our barriers and prejudices, we open, we welcome, and we enter into a relationship, energetic relationship of connection with our client. So let's just talk about this, because we've done it in slow motion, and let's talk about this in a practical session of a client, before getting to work. So when we're in a room, like together, physically in a room, doing a training, we go around the room and, shake someone's hand, look at them, and take a moment to do this in your mind. I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you. You can kind of silently do that and, get faster at doing that. And we haven't got a physical connection here. But we can do whatever our technology allows us to do. So let's take a moment to go around our group in pairs as we can. So let's say I'll start with Magdalena. So we're 5, aren't we? So we'll have to have one sitting out and we're working it through. And just take a moment to connect with attention and do that. I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you. You can do it faster than we do. You don't have to tap it through, but just go through the energy movement with each person to just let us be connected. Okay, so let's spend a moment to do that till you feel you've connected with everybody. Okay, so we'll take it in turns actually, so we'll quickly do it. So Magdalena, I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kim, I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you. Gisela, I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you. Prabha, I know you already now. I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you again. So, okay, thanks. Just take a moment each one to go around to connect with everybody from your side.
Sandra, I don't know who you are. I want to know you. I welcome you.
Wow, that's a great feeling. Thank you. Anybody else? Keep going. Just speak it out loud if you want, or you can do it silently. Just make sure that you're connected with everybody. Yeah, good. How's that feel?
It's good.
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. So we can do that movement silently, buddy. And what is the effect on them is they kind of feel strangely connected to you when they don't know why or what happened or how that came about. So if you go to somebody and you shake their hand, you make a physical connection, and you do that in your mind. I don't know who you are. I want to know you, I welcome you. And you're doing that as an energy movement is taking place. They'll be going, oh, there's something about this person. I feel kind of strangely connected to this person. I like them. You know, they don't know, but you're making that happen. So you can do that in an invisible way, you know, like in a silent way. Or you could even, you know, as the experience Prabha said, of sitting there, you know, even as a practitioner with your client, you could say, look, I just want to do something to connect with you. Is that okay? Before we begin. You say, just need to sit there. You can close your eyes if you want. And the practitioner, you could sit there and you can just actually do that, you know, a bit quicker. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I want to know you. Oh, welcome. And you can actually just do that with your client, even aloud, and they will feel that, and you'll be in your bubble of your connection with your client, ready to work, feeling happy and energized, sharp, client feeling happy and connected with you and ready to go to work. So although we've slowed it down to look at it under the microscope, we could even use it in its form as it is with a client to say, before we start, it's important that that we get connected so I can, read and respond to, where you're at better. Just close your eyes and I'll just do a tapping round to get connected and they'll feel that. Or you can do it in the handshake, physical handshake way, as somebody welcomes somebody. Oh yeah, like to get to know you, welcome you, welcome. You could say it in words that represent that movement to start that energy flow happening with your client. Does that all make sense? Yeah. So then the practitioner and the client set on a discovery of the client's energy body, what's going on with their energy body, and how we can improve the energy flow there. So everyone's energy body is unique. Everybody is unique in their energy. We start off mostly in a nice flowing, shiny energy system. Then events happen and we depart from that kind of clean, shiny, flowing energy system more and more as we go forwards until we restore our alignment. So, and everything, people from one day to the next, they're different. Things can happen. So the energy body today is different from today, even if you saw your client yesterday. So for us, every client is a new journey of discovery of how their energy system works and how adding energy improves the way they feel and function, and that we do those changes together. That affects us as a practitioner, so we evolve and we feel better. So together, you and your client make an evolution journey. So working as a professional, every client helps us evolve as a professional. And so we're gaining new experiences, learning with every new client. And so each client is a healing event when we bring them to a healing event. So we have like a star evolution moment. So as a practitioner, we're kind of collecting star moments with every client that we work with as well. So thank you. Okay, and then happiness. So is our business helping clients to feel happier. And so in the old days, we were happy that the client became absent of the pain or the problem. And now that's no longer enough. Our goal is not to feel nothing, but to feel happy and to feel love. And even the client might not know that this is the goal. They might just come to get rid of their pain. But our goal is to bring happiness. And we're holding that goal of what +10 looks like for the client as they make their journey up the SU scale, out of the minuses into the plus. And So that's what we're passing on. We could say we don't repair people, we don't cure people, we don't save people, but we make them happier. So we're moving them up the SU scale into happiness. And what's interesting, I always think, actually, about happiness and the search for happiness and the quest for happiness, happiness is just +8 on the SU scale. So you just have to raise energy enough to +8 and happiness begins. In any area of life, in your relationship with energy, any area of life, you just need to raise energy up to +8 above to find happiness. So the gift of modern energy, summarizing, we've gone through these elements because we're going to be educating our client with these principles as well. So we're turning in not only like the therapist, the energies, but we're going to be teaching this to our clients. We'll visit that later. And so our client gets to know how modern energy works, understand themselves, their aspects, their SU state, events in their life, how it affects them, and how tapping can help them to restore their flow, and they get empowered by what they've learned for their own life to work with themselves and their family as well. Okay, so that's unit 1. We're kind of a gathering together of all we know and establishing the relationship of the practitioner with the client and looking at that attention to love principle under the microscope so we can get faster at it and use and be in that unconditional attention relationship with our clients. Okay, so good so far? Familiar?
Yep.
With some familiar, some new ideas, and setting the scene for the rest of the course. Okay. Now, as we go through, just as we'll have a little break now, but as we go through the course, we've got 3 breaks, and so like 2 short ones and a long one, and a lot of the activities will be as a group like this, but there will be some exercises to do in pairs. So when we work in pairs, one pair can stay in the room with me, so there'll be like 3 here, we just two stay, and 2 will go and have a video call either on Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. That's why I was trying to collect your WhatsApp telephone numbers. But did everybody connect with each other on Facebook Messenger this morning?
I haven't yet.
I could use my Zoom room, Sandra. I have a Zoom account that I'm quite happy to allow that to. So I have, if that's easier than WhatsApp and Messenger, we can just, I'll share my Zoom link with whoever in the message group who jumps in with me, and then we've got our own little room like this, if that works.
That's great. Thanks, Kim. That would be great. Yeah. Do you want to say something, Magdalena? Did you?
No, I'm trying to figure out Zoom actually.
Zoom.
So, yeah.
So you're in Zoom. Yeah. So actually.
Before I said that I haven't connected with you guys on Messenger on Facebook yet. So I'm going to do that in a moment.
You can do that in the moment in the break. And so actually, if we've got this Zoom room and we've got Kim's Zoom room, so that will only mean that at some exercises I want to work with Kim, we'll still need to have another option at that time for using either Facebook Messenger video call or a WhatsApp call. So on that occasion, so it won't be, so if we can make sure in the break everybody's connected on Facebook, and if you want to have WhatsApp as another alternative for a video call, then share your WhatsApp telephone number. I'll make a group and add you all to it, WhatsApp, so that you can add each other on WhatsApp as well. Might be nice because you may want to be connected after the course with each other anyway. And it's actually quite nice to keep the energy of the group bubble going for a while anyway, after the course. So if you make sure you share your WhatsApp numbers, I'll set that up in the break. So, okay, great. Let's have, it's 20 past, so we're on time. So let's have about 15, 20 minutes. Let's come back at 20 minutes to. We can have a break and do the little admin things. And I'll stop the recording now.